Hey folks, thanks for joining me. I've been getting a lot of comments about the rucksack that I've been carrying for probably about the last year. So I thought today what I'd do is I'd come out and just do a small review on it. I've been carrying this rucksack now for approximately 1 year, and it's the Bean Continental rucksack. If this might interest you, stick around. So like I was saying, this pack I've owned for approximately a year, and just to make a full disclosure, I am in no way sponsored, paid by, or anything like that. I bought this pack myself, so this is going to be as unbiased but a personal opinion on this pack itself. So let's get to the bag and the exterior features that it has. As you can see on the outside of the bag itself, it has 3 pockets, exterior pockets. It's got a quite large front pocket here, which holds quite a bit of stuff. I'm not going to go through the contents, but I'm just going to give you a general idea. I've got like my firebox stove in here, odds and ends. I have my first aid kit. I have my head torch. I believe my compass is in here. So it's a good, generous sized pocket that can hold quite a lot of gear that you'd want to get to if you had to get to it in a hurry. It closes and opens by these quick release buckles. Moving on, you've got 2 side pockets here, and the side pockets are again fairly generous size. These will with no problem fit an Nalgene bottle. They will also fit a canteen, which is what I've got in here now. And the other feature I really like about these side pockets is that it has passed through these side pockets here. And by pass through, what I mean is you can slide your axe right down the side of your bag, and it has a lashing point here, some webbing with a buckle, and you just tighten it up. And that keeps your axe nice and secure. And you have one on the other pocket as well, pass through. Just a little note, when you are packing your bag, and I think this might be the case for any bag that has pass-through pouches on the side, it's always best to put whatever you're going to put on the outside, if it's going to be an axe or a folding saw or whatever, put them in first before you load your bag. It tends to make it a lot easier to slide through. When you do pack your bag first, the compression of your bag will go outwards, and it'll make these very, very, very tight to slide in and out. So just a little hack there. But yeah, so moving on, what we have here on the top is we have some attachment straps up here that you can attach if you want to bring a second layer or like a windbreaker type of jacket. You could roll it up and put it in here. It's not huge, but it'll probably open up to about 5 to 6 inches. And again, you can cinch them down with this webbing here. And the other thing that it has is the ability to carry, in this case I just have a wool blanket. I'm not even sure if I'm in frame, but I have a wool blanket on the bottom right now. That is the only thing that I modified on this bag, is I added straps to the bottom. The original straps that were here would have held, again, no more than maybe a windbreaker, or a real small diameter, probably more like 3, maybe 4 inches to cinch it down properly. So I added straps to it with the quick release buckle system again. So now it can hold a good sized wool blanket, as well as a bedroll of any kind, or really anything you'd want to attach to the outside of this bag, which just gives it, again, the ability to house more volume than trying to stuff everything into the main compartment of the bag. So now to give you a look inside the pack, it's held, you can cinch it down on the top, again, by this cinch draw cord. You can open it right up for easy access. On the inside of this, it has a smaller little pouch here, which is really handy for like your car keys, your wallet, things that you wouldn't want to necessarily carry in your pockets. Your cell phone. For example, I have a char tin in here, and I also have a spare ferrocerium rod, along with some little towels that when you put them in water, they absorb and expand. Can be handy for using as a face cloth or for washing up your dishes or something afterwards. But still, it's a handy little pocket, and it has a zipper closure. And inside, this is fully hydration pack compatible. This sleeve here is meant to use with the hydration pack. It also has the pass-through right over here on the side for your drinking tube. But I don't use it for that. I use it right here now, just on the side. I have a small toiletries bag here, along with my my campfire grill, and that's what I slide down in there. But I mean, I carry pretty much a whole bunch of stuff in here. I got my gloves, I've got my kettle, I have my cordage, I have a 12 centimeter billy can, I've got my tinder pouch, I've got a spare, I've got a jacket, a windbreaker jacket at the bottom with a shamag. Just in case it would get really windy and I wanted to stop the wind. It's kind of like an anorak shell. I have I carry my knife. My knife is in here as well. So yeah, so I don't really remember what the website said for its carrying capacity, but I'm going to say that this bag probably would hold, I would say, somewhere between 35 to 40 liters in all. It's a good size pack for both day hikes and for overnighters. Like a lot of us, we sometimes tend to try to put too much in our bags. These bags are not intended to to load up with 35-40 pounds worth of gear. The carrying system on it is very adequate, very comfortable, but still, it's got to, you got to keep it in mind for what it was meant to do. And this is not a bag that was meant to carry 40-50 pounds worth of gear here, but it can still hold quite a lot of gear for overnighters and for day trips, no problem. So now I'm going to turn it around and I'll show you the carrying system. So the carrying system is pretty basic. It's got adjustments here at the bottom. There's no load-bearing adjustments up here. It's generously padded, and it does have some ability for attaching things to it. Very often, in my case, I'll just attach my compass if I'm on the run. I'll have my compass attached here. It has a sternum strap, which most of the time is all I really need for this. I just find that when you cinch them together, it really keeps the bag in place. But it does also have the waist belt that you can tuck away in this little hidden sleeve down here. And again, this is not so much a waist belt made for like putting all the weight on your hips, but it does keep it, if you are moving and climbing around, it will keep the bag like very snug to your body, so it's not shuffling around so much. And the same on the other side. You can also take it out and use it. I tend to use this more if the bag, if I have a little more weight in the bag, I'll tend to take it out. Again, like I said, not so much for load bearing, but just to keep the bag snug to my body, so it's not rattling around so much all over the place. In the back here, it's got a nice spongy, kind of vented a little bit, fabric, which makes it quite comfortable on the back. It does have little grooves, which I'm assuming would maybe create a little bit of circulation, but not all that much. I'm pretty sure in the dead of summer you are going to sweat with this bag, but it does have a very comfortable spongy backing onto this. What else? It has a real nice solid grab handle, and yeah, that's about it about the bag as far as all that it offers. I purchased this bag because I was looking for something that was a little more had a little more load capability than my Alpini rucksack. Like I said, it will hold. I would assume it holds approximately 35 to 40 liters, and possibly more if you really stuffed it. But like I said, these bags is not meant to be like a load carrying bag in the sense that you can put 40, 50 pounds in it. I have never put 40 or 50 pounds in it, but I know that with the weights I have, which is anywhere between 18 to 24 pounds, it sits very comfortably on your body. I'm going to take it off right now, and I'm just going to show you how it sits on the body a little bit. I'm going to back up. And like I said, you know, I think we all tend to try to overstuff our bags, to try to put too much in, and then all you end up with is a lot of discomfort because you're tripsing around the woods, you know, walking around on uneven ground and everything. And just gonna undo the waist belt. So this would go like this, center down, and there you have it, the side view. Woohoo! I'm in the leaves. So, like I said, the sternum strap is great because I just like it, just because it just stops this from separating. It'll sit really nice on your shoulders. And there you have it, with the bedroll underneath. Okay, I'm going to reposition the camera, and I'm going to give you my final thoughts on the bag in general. And on a final note, I just wanted to say a big, huge thank you to Derrick at XXX Knives. Derrick surprised me with a gift over Christmas, and it's something that I've wanted for a while, that I've never really had a designated neck knife, but I'm going to take a little close-up of it. This was gifted to me by Derrick, which I really appreciate. It's a beautiful little piece. I'm going to just try to get a close-up of this right here. I'm not quite sure if this is ironwood or Bakodi, or to be honest with you, it was a gift. I didn't ask too many questions, but it's a beautiful little neck knife. It's got a nice brass snap on it, and it fits perfectly in the sleeve of my XXX anorak. But I'll just give you just a close look at the blade itself. You just undo the snap, pull it out. This knife is made out of A2 steel. It's probably about a 3-inch blade, and it's got a lanyard hole, and it's got this choil here so that, you know how a lot of neck knives end up being like a three finger knife. I hope I'm in focus here. Well, this one here, you just, for smaller tasks, you just choke up onto that choil, and 4 fingers nice and solid around it. So you got a good purchase on the knife. He also did some file work on the top here. So yeah, beautiful little neck knife. Thank you so much, Derrick. It's really appreciated. Well, there you have it, folks. my thoughts after a year of use of the Bean Continental rucksack. One thing I failed to mention when I was doing a little bit of the descriptions of it is on each corner, wherever there's like a stress point, everything is nicely reinforced, all corners of the pockets. And like I said, after a year of use, there is no fraying, there is no pulling, there's no loosening of these reinforcements here. It's held extremely well together. I have not babied this, and like I said, this thick canvas looking Cordura has held up extremely well. No fraying, no rips, no tears, no nothing. One of the reviews that I had seen on it, a person had made a comment that they just hoped that these buckles, which are the fast release buckles, were secure and that they wouldn't let go or give out or break. And I can say that after a year of cinching these down pretty tight, there's been no sign of any issues with the snaps themselves, even the smaller ones here on the front. It's been a great bag. I'm not going to lie, one of the big reasons that attracted me to this bag was I really liked the traditional look to it. I thought it looked kind of like the old canvas kind of a pack sack, rucksack. So, this here fell into a price range that was more suitable to me. Canadian dollars value, I believe you can get this bag somewhere between 120 and 140 Canadian dollars. So it wasn't too bad if you compare them to the canvas or the wax canvas bags on the market. And it held the quantity that I wanted to haul around with me. I didn't want too big of a bag so that walking around in the woods became uncomfortable. I wanted something that was still pretty manageable, that had a nice comfortable carrying system, which this bag does. So everything that I wanted in a bag I got in this bag. I'm very satisfied with the quality of it. I'm very satisfied with the comfort of it. I'm very satisfied with the holding capacity of it. So in general, I would give it 2 thumbs up. Again, this is my opinion, but it's a great bag. It served me extremely well, and I'm very happy with it. Well, there you have it, folks. That's my take on the Bean Continental rucksack. Great rucksack. I'm glad I purchased it. It was a good purchase. But until the next time, get out, enjoy the woods, enjoy the outdoors, and as usual, be good to Mother Earth.